कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। तो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
Right, so Srimad Bhagavatam, we are almost getting ready to complete Canto 1. So we are on Adhyaya 19, where Sukdev Goswami ji is about to appear. Yeah. So yesterday we read about 15 shloks. So Maharaj Parikshit is fasting unto death, right? And all the big rishis have arrived. Sapta Rishi, Brahma Rishi, Rajarshi, right? A lot of rishis have arrived. So tell some of the rishis who have arrived. Do you remember?
Gautam, Parashar Rishi,
Bhrigu Rishi,
So Gautam Muni, Parashar Muni, what did you say, Nisha?
Vashishta or
Vashishta Muni, yes.
Bhrigu,
Bhrigu,
गौतम
Maitreya,
Maitreya, Gautam, yeah.
Bharadwaj,
Bhardwaj, yes.
विश्वामित्र
Parashuram, yes.
बृहस्पति
Brihspati, right?
वशिष्ठ
Vashishta Muni, yes. Right? So all the big Narad Rishi, Dev Rishi Narad has also arrived, right? Vasdev and Dev Rishi Narad have arrived too. So all the big Rishi Munis are here where Parikshit Maharaj is fasting unto death. He has 7 days. And we actually welcome Shivananji. Shivananji, are you on video? Hare Krishna, Shivananji. Yeah, we can, you're on mute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm using my daughter's laptop, so
Okay.
all the settings are a bit.
All right, that's fine. So Shivananji is joining us from Charlotte. So Shivananji, we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. And as you see, we do the
Yes.
chanting first. And then we read Srimad Bhagavatam for around 20-25 minutes up to 9:40. And it's the same Zoom link every day we use, Monday to Thursday, 9 to 9:40 p.m. Yeah. So as you can see, we are continuing, we are on Adhyaya 19, chapter 19,
Yeah.
and slok 16, where Parikshit Maharaj is at Ganga's river and he's fasting unto death. 7 days to go, and all the big Rishi Munis have arrived there, including Dev Rishis, Sapt Rishis, and all that. So 16. Nisha, I want to read.
पुनश्च भूयाद् भगवत्यन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गश्च तदाश्रयेषु महत्सु यामुपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रस्तु सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः. Again offering obeisances unto all you Brahmins, I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna, association with his devotees, and friendly relations with all living beings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. So as we see, Maharaj Parikshit is saying he's of course going to go back to Godhead, right? But he's saying that in case he takes again, right, the birth again in this material world, what is he wishing for? Right? Total dedication to Lord Sri Krishna
Lord Krishna.
and association with his devotees. So that's what, even though he's Maharaj Parikshit, right? He's wishing for that in case he takes, but again. Yeah. So like it's mentioned here, Maharaj Parikshit. Yeah. Soham, do you want to read?
Maharaj Parikshit was certainly certainly going back to Godhead. But even if he were not to go back, he prayed for a pattern of life, which is the most perfect way in the material world. A pure devotee does not desire the company of a personality as great as Brahma, but he prefers the association of a petty living being, provided he is a devotee of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. So as you can see, saying most perfect way in the material world is to be association with the devotees and chanting. Yeah. Anil?
Yeah. इति स्म राजाध्व वसाय युक्तः प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः उदङ्मुखो दक्षिणकूलास्ते समुद्रपत्न्या सुसुतन्य स्तभारः. In perfect self-control, Maharaja Parikshit was sat down on a seat of straw, which, with straw roots facing the east, placed on the southern bank of the Ganges, and he himself faced the north. Just previously, he had given charge of his kingdom over to his son. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So it's a seat of straw, right? That is called Kusheshu Hira, right? Supposed to be pure. So it sits on that, right? On the southern bank of the Ganges, right? Dakshin Kul Aste. So when sitting on the south shore, he's facing north. Tarun?
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेवदेव प्रयोपविष्टे देवी देव संगः प्रस्यस्य भूमौ व्यकिरन् प्रश्नुनेर् मुदा मोहो दुन्दभयस्का नेदुः. Thus the king Maharaja Parikshit sat to fast until death. All the demigods of the higher planets praised the king's actions and in pleasure continually scattered flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'll just read this purport very quickly, Shivam. Okay?
Not here.
Okay. Soham, do you want to read?
Sure. Even up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, there was interplanetary communications, and the news of Maharaj Parikshit fasting until death to attain salvation reached the higher planets in the sky where the intelligent demigods live. The demigods are more luxurious than human beings, but all of them are obedient to the orders of the Supreme Lord. There is no one in the heavenly planets who is an atheist or non-believer. Thus, any devotee of the Lord on the surface of the earth is always praised by them. And in the case of Maharaj Parikshit, they were greatly delighted and thus gave tokens of tokens of honor by scattering flowers over the earth, and by beating celestial drums, a demigod takes pleasure in seeing someone go back to Godhead. He is always pleased with the devotee of the Lord, so much so that by David powers, he may help the devotees in all respect, and by their actions the Lord is pleased with them. There is an invisible chain of complete cooperation between the Lord, the demigods, and the devotee of the Lord on earth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So the most important point is how the devatas also help the devotees of the Lord. Yeah. And actually one other important thing it's saying is there were interplanetary communications during those times, right? We are trying to reach to all these planets now, but there are interplanetary communications during Maharaj Parikshit's time, right? That's another important aspect to be noted. Ravi? Ravi? Is Sachin, you want to go?
महर्षयो वै समुपागता ये प्रशस्य साध्वीत्यनुमोदमानाः उचुः प्रजानुग्रहशीलसारा यदुत्तम श्लोक गुणाभिरूपम्. All the great sages who were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying very good. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common men, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So all the Rishi Munis gathered there are now speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. Yeah. Mukesh?
Nava idam Raj Rishvarya Chitram Bhavat Sukrishnam Samunu Vrateshu Ye Adhyasnam Raj Krit Jushtam Sadyo Ju Bhargvat Pashvar Kamaha. The sages who said, O chef, all the saintly king of the Pandu dynasty, who are strictly in the line of Lord Sri Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you have given up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? The most important thing is like Bhavatsu Krishnam Samanu Vrateshu, right? To achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead, giving away everything. I think that's the key aspect. Right? Ravi, do you agree?
Yes. Nava idam raj sarvai vayam tavadihasamaheth kalevaram yavadaso virahaya lokam param vijarasak vishokam yasyatya bhagavata pradhanah. We shall all wait here until the foremost devotee of the Lord, Maharaja Parikshit, returns to the supreme planet, which is completely free from all the mundane contaminations and all kinds of lamentations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right? So all these Rishi Munis are going to wait till Maharaj Parikshit returns to the supreme planet. Yashyateyam Bhagavad Pradhanah. Actually, I think this purport is also pretty interesting to read. How many lokas are there? Beyond the Brahmalok, right? So let's just go through it quickly. Soham, can you just read this?
Beyond the limitation of the material creation, which is compared to the cloud in the sky, there is the Paravyoma, or the spiritual sky, full of planets called Vaikuntha. Such Vaikuntha planets are also differently known as the Purushottam Loka, Akulota Loka, Trivikram Loka, Trishkesa Loka, Kesava Loka, Anirula Loka, Madhava Loka, Pradyumna Loka, Sanskaransana Loka, Sridhara Loka, Vasudeva Loka, Ayodhya Lokas, Devyaraka Loka, and many other millions of spiritual lokas where in the personality of Godhead predominates are the living entities. They are liberated souls with spiritual bodies as good as that of the Lord. There is no material combination. Everything there is spiritual, and therefore there is nothing objectively lamentable. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So there's so many lokas, right? Beyond this 14 bhuvans, right? And they are full of transcendental bliss, and there, of course, they're without birth, death, and old age and disease, right? So that's what he explained there. Okay.
आश्रुत्य गणवचः परीक्षित समम मधुच्युद गुरु चावलीकम आभाष तैनान निधम्बम युक्तान शुश्रूष माणिश्रितानि विष्णु. All that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So after hearing them, Maharaj Parikshit, desiring to hear the activities of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the great sages. Hare Krishna.
Rinaji?
समागता सर्वत एव सर्वे वेदा यथा मूर्ति धरास्त्री पृष्ठे नेहाथ नामोत्र च कश्चनार्थ ऋते परानुग्रहमात्मशीलम. The king said, O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyalok. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others, but for this, you have no interest either in this life or in the next. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So as we see, Parikshit Maharaj is addressing all the rishis who have come there. Shivananji, would you like to read?
Sure, Prabhuji. Tachav viprachay vishabhya vipra iti krityayam sharvatmana manakcha krityam shuddha cha tramrishtabhyukta. O trustworthy Brahmanas, I now ask you about my immediate duty. Please, after proper deliberation, tell me of the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances, and specifically of those who are just about to die.
Hare Krishna, right? So Parikshit Maharaj is asking those two questions. And, I think again, great purport. I think we should spend some time in reading this very quickly.
Okay.
Do you want to read, Sharanji?
Yeah, sure. In this verse, the king has placed two questions before the learned sages. The first question is, what is the duty of everyone in all circumstances? And the second question is, what is the specific duty of one who is to die very shortly? Out of the two, the question relating to the dying man is most important because everyone is a dying man, either very shortly or after 100 years. The duration of life is immaterial, but the duty of dying man is very important. Maharaj Parikshit placed these two questions before Sukadeva Goswami also on his arrival, and practically the whole of the Srimad Bhagavatam began from the second canto up to the last, the 12th canto, deals with these two questions. The conclusion arrived at thereof is that devotional service of the Lord Sri Krishna, as it is confirmed by the Lord himself in the last phases of the Bhagavad Gita, is the last word in relation to everyone's permanent duty in life. Maharaj Parikshit was already aware of this fact, but he wanted the great sages assembled there to unanimously give their verdict on his conviction so that he might be able to go on with the confirmed duty without controversy. He has specially mentioned the word Sudha, or perfectly correct, for transcendental realization or self-realization. Many processes are recommended by various classes of philosophers. Some of them are first-class methods, and some of them are second or third-class methods. The first-class method demands that one give up all other methods and surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord, and thus be saved from all sins and their reactions.
Hare Krishna. Right? So very nice purport of answering those two questions, but then also saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, essentially, from second canto up to the last, like we know there are 12 cantos, it deals with those two questions. Yeah. So let's do one more shlok. तत्राभोद भगवान व्यास पुत्रो यदृच्छाघामतमानो अनपेक्ष है अलक्ष्य लिंगो निज लाभ तुष्टो वितक्ष बालेरवधूत वेश है. Shivam?
At that moment, there appeared the powerful son of Vyasadeva, who traveled over the earth disinterested and satisfied with himself. He did not manifest any symptoms of belonging to any social order or status of life. He was surrounded with women and children, and he dressed as others had neglected.
Right, so there arrives Sukadeva Goswamiji, right? Isn't it? Who is son of Vyasadeva? Is Sukadeva Goswamiji, right? So he then appeared at that point, right? Vyasputro. And all these Rishimunis already knew that there is going to be Srimad Bhagavat recitation by Sukadeva Goswamiji. So Nisha?
तं द्वयष्टवर्षं सुकुमारपाद तरोरुबाहं सकपोलगात्रं तार्वायताक्षोन्न सतुल्यकर्ण सुभ्राननं कम्बुसुजातकण्ठम्. This son of Vyasadeva was only 16 years old. His legs, hands, thighs, arms, shoulders, forehead, and the other parts of his body were all delicately formed. His eyes were beautifully wide, and his nose and ears were highly raised. He had a very attractive face, and his neck was well formed and beautiful like a conch shell. Hare
Nice.
Krishna.
So describing Sukhdev Goswami ji. Bolo Sukhdev Goswami ji ki jai.
Jai.
So only 2 minutes. So we'll take a pause here, and then we will continue from here tomorrow. Right? Any comments? Any questions? Anyone? So it's essentially, Sukhdev Goswami Ji Maharaj has arrived, and then Parikshit Maharaj is there. So, we'll see how those two questions are getting answered. But let's hear, since we have 2 minutes, let's hear this kirtan, and then we'll see you tomorrow at 9. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna